Hello! The flannel is on, the hair is up, the writing will commence! Actually, I'm not doing that much writing today. I am probably just going to write enough to end the scene I'm on, which will also end the chapter I'm on, just to wrap up what I had written yesterday. The bulk of my day today is going to be spent writing more index cards because I need more index cards. Last night I was thinking to myself as I was trying to fall asleep, where's this story going? Subsequently I stayed awake a lot longer than I should have, but at the end of the day I came up with some ideas. Actually, scratch that. I have had these ideas. I came up with ideas for the index cards. I just need to write them down in linear fashion so that I can continue. By the end of the month, I am not going to finish the story. While I was thinking last night as I was falling asleep, I realized the story is a lot longer than I originally thought. I know that at least some of the ideas I have are going to carry through past the end of this month, which means I'm probably going to write more than 100,000 words. How that will look at the end after I've edited everything, I'm unsure. There were 4 huge plot points, like the big ones that you were like, everything else in between is just getting from point A to point B. Well, I'm up to like point H or something. I don't know. I did not do math. So by the time I get to that 4th plot point I was thinking of, like the massive one, I might have double the amount of work I already have, because where I could see this novel ending as the first installment in maybe a duology, maybe a trilogy, it's not gonna happen for some time. Like, maybe I could get there by the end of this month, but part of me feels like there needs to be more in between what I've just written and that point. And then between that point and number 2 of the big plot points I was thinking of last night, it could be a lot. It might not be. I'm keeping on the back burner this idea that maybe it will end up being a big book. Big books are fine, and I like big books. For example, this book, it's a thick one, but you know, a lot of it is in capital letters. So I don't know if it's really a good example. Maybe this one. I wouldn't mind my book ending up like this, as just a single one. This is Eldest, by the way, by Christopher Paolini, in case you were wondering. But I'm like just keeping that in the back of my head. I would be okay with a big book, but I'm also okay with the idea of splitting it up into multiple smaller ones. How that'll happen, I don't know. The editing process, I know, is going to take a while. I'm aware I use a lot of fluff and filler when I do nano because I'm like, gotta hit the word count, but at the same time there's a lot of substance like hidden in there, and my first drafts are often shit. They really are. But I know with some TLC this could become something I will be insanely proud of. I'm insanely proud of the fact that I've written 87,000 words already. That's a lot. I think it's the most I've actually ever written. I'm not afraid of big books. So with the editing, I know I'm gonna have to find and replace the word just. I am a serial just user. I use it way too often, and I use adverbs a lot, which, granted, adverbs, when they're used correctly, are good. When they're used poorly, and just to fill in something, they're too telly, not really showing what's going on. And I'm writing this story in first person, so it's a lot of Noah being trapped inside her own head sometimes, and I need to, when I start editing, find the balance of showing, but it's still through her, without it being like, now we're suddenly expositioning even though we're still in her perspective. So my goal today is to write more plot points. I actually want to see if I could fill all of these up with ideas. I have a lot of ideas. I just need to think in my head, where am I going? And then I can start writing. The next big plot point I'm very excited to write about. Like, this is a good thing. Having these major plot points that I'm excited to write about, being there, perfect. Because I know that in the past when it's come to writing and I don't know where something is going, I'm like, it's just a slow descent into not feeling it anymore. But with this having plot points, I'm very excited. It's a bit of a spoiler, so I'm not going to talk about it on camera. Because like with this whole thing with recording myself while I write is a little like, it's weird because I do want to say what I'm doing, but I don't want to give it away. So I'm not going to say. I'm just going to refer to it as plot point A, this next one that is coming, which kind of is weird because I just did the whole catharsis thing. From here on out, whenever I refer to these 4 big plot points, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. We'll get there when we get there. That way I can talk about it. You'll know what I'm talking about if you've watched all of these. And no one has to deal with spoilers. I think that's all I'm going to say now. And enjoy some footage of me trying to figure out how to get to plot point A. Okay, so quick update on the note cards. I have written this many. I did not get quite to the end of the stack because this is how many I have left. I wrote a lot and I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, I'm taking a break now because, one, my hand is all cramped up. I'll check back in with you later about music and word count if I get much done later. But that's it for the notes today. So, I didn't write a lot, obviously. I just finished up the chapter and wanted to keep my streak for the month. So today I only wrote 37 words, which is fine. I spent a lot of time with the note cards earlier, so that's okay. Today's song is Angel on Fire by Halsey. That'll be below. And tomorrow I will probably get a lot more done because I have plenty of cards to do it now. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!